DJ SharpMC. Live. Back on the track. I wanted to go through and do some stuff that I haven't done before, involving key groups and involving auto sample. Matter of fact, let me just check and see if I can find auto sample. It was sampler here. Yep, auto sample. Sweet. All right, so I'm going to go through, and first we're going to do something with key groups. So let's find a sound. And actually, I think to make this a whole like sampling video, I'm gonna go ahead and bring in the a sound from one of my instruments, probably my Juno, because I want this to be like a MIDI thing. So we'll go to my MIDI, go to my Juno, 13 here, Juno. There's Juno. Go to pad perform, progression load. All right. That sounds really low. Oh, duh. I forgot. Just got to put on sampler. And got to make sure it's on my equipment, which it is. All right, so who's not playing ball? 13 for the sampler. Juno, bank. Track 1. That's interesting. No MIDI sound. Am I on the right track? I'm on the right track. My sampler is on. Mixer is up. So let's go check and make sure I got all my... Why is it so low? All right, at least we got it up. Okay, so that's my Juno. That's my Juno arpeggiator. Let's do Juno chords. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to do key groups. So first, let's get a sample. Let's sample that sound. We'll go to sampler. Actually, we'll do it the easy way. We'll make a one note out of that. So let's just record it. All right, so now we got a sound. And then I'm gonna go and take that sound that we sampled. Oh, did I save it? I don't know if I saved it. Oh, I gotta sample it first. Okay, so I got it playing through MIDI. Go to sampler, put it on arm, record. Okay, so now it's a sample. All right, so we'll just call this A1. Keep. Then we'll come back to here, go back to here, go back to here. A1. All right, A1. Okay, so I got A1. Wait, there's A1 there. Okay, cool. So now we're gonna go to the sample editor. Let's tighten it up. So we're gonna go hunting for it. And we'll just discard the rest. Discard, do it. Let's save where we are. Okay, so I got this one note there. And if I put it on 16 levels, you can do that. If you go to B, it's the same sound, which everybody shows. And then they go to sample edit. They come here, they tune it up a couple. Then they go back and you go here and see if I sample to change the right one. No, I don't want no claps. What are you doing, dude? Okay, there's the sound. Let's go to sample edit. There's the sound. Let's tune it up. Okay. That one still sounds low. Let's reload it just to make sure, because sometimes when you adjust the sample, it doesn't adjust the sample. See, this one's louder, or this one's tuned up, but this one's not tuned up. So sometimes you got to go through, and if you clear the pad and then reload it, now it's the higher one. Oops, I didn't even reload it. I'm getting ahead of myself. Where's that? There. Load it. It's still playing it low. Okay, go back to main menu. Still playing it low. Samples. Oh, let's edit it from here. Stretch, warp, start in, layers. So let's go here, sample edit from here. This one is still tuned up. I don't know where that one is. It's kind of interesting. Maybe it's good I dig this way. Okay, so I made it lower, clearly lower, right? Then you come here, and it's lower. I don't know why I didn't go, when I went up, go up, go to main menu. That doesn't sound like it's still on 16 levels. Oh, it's still on 16 levels, duh. Okay, there it is there, sampler, here, tune it up, go back to main. Okay, so here, put on 16 levels. Yeah, and it doesn't play at all. That sounds awesome. Okay, so let's go back to there. 16 levels, tune, close. Okay, and if we go to B, it's the same ones. Okay, so go back to A, take it off 16 levels, go back here, then we're going to tune it down. Okay, go back to main, it's lower, put it on 16 levels, do it. Okay, so then the trick is, you take that sample, you go to Keygroup, and then you load that sample. Does it load this sample? Keygroup, sampler, sample, come up here, go to A1. Okay, then go back to main. Nope, go back to none, program string. All right, so how do I find it? So pad perform, chromatic, put it on chromatic, notes, chords, progressions, octaves. All right, so let's make a new key group. So new key group. There's nothing on it. Then let's go to sample edit. Let's change it to the new sound. There. Let's tune it to 0. Okay, go back to main. B, C. So I can't hear it on the octaves. All right, so this is getting tricky already. I'm just getting started. All right, so let's see. What I wanted to do was take that sound that I had and sample it into here. So let's go to Sampler, regular sampler, Key Group. All right, and then track 1, input 1, C note C2, blah, 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 blah. Do it? I don't think that does it. I might do it. Let's see if it'll do it. So what I'm trying to do is figure out how to sample in a sound and then play it chromatically. Oh, maybe I have to do it from Program Edit. Well, let's just see what happens, because I got to figure this out anyway, so we might as well figure it out. So I don't hear anything on that one. Didn't sound like it could do anything. So we're going to go back to where we were. We were here. We were on Program 1. Program 1 doesn't have anything. Okay, so let's do it again. So do Program 1 on audio, assign, go to my sound, that guy, put him there. There it is. Go to Program Edit, go to Effects, LFO, Filter, Pan and Velocity, Samples, Layer 1, Layer 2, Layer 3, Samples there, Master there, Mute Note. So I don't see it there. And I don't see it there. Okay, so have it here. Go to Key Group. Nothing's playing. Go to Program Edit. Then I don't see it here. Mute Group, Velocity, Master, Samples, Pad. Samples none, samples A1. So you got to load it here. Yep, you got to load it here. So you load it there. Then if I go back, I'm changing banks. Let's go to bank, the very last bank. That took a minute. I'm just kind of going through and pressing the pads. Okay, so that's how you load it. I went to Program. Actually, I was on Program 1, but whatever. I was on Program 1 of here. Took that sound, switched to Key Group. Then when I was in Key Group, I hit Program Edit. Then I came up here, picked that sound that I wanted. And that wasn't the sound. The sound that I wanted, which was A1. Actually, let's pick a different sound just to see if we could do it. We'll pick the snare. Change banks. Change to a really high bank. Okay, so that's how you do it. You go to Key Group, you load in the sound. What's up here? A Key Group, so it's all there. You load in the sound here, and then once you have the sound here, you can play it. And then I think somewhere you can see there's a place to change it to chromatic. Is it here? Play all, play pad, master, polyphony. Sometimes you have to check the polyphony, mute group, key select, key group select, note on, pan and velocity, okay, filter, LFO, controller mod, effects. So somewhere there was chromatic. Maybe it's in pads. Pads. Oh yeah, start root note, continuous. Or maybe I should be on notes and not. I was on chords. All right, so I think I figured it out, so I'm gonna do it again. So I came to Key Group, then I hit Program Edit, then I went to the sample, then I loaded up the sound. Let's load up this bass sound, that one. And I made sure I wasn't on chromatic, right? When I'm in pad perform, I'm not on chromatic. Main, pad perform, continuous. Let's change it. Change it again. Go all the way back down. That's too low. And then go to root note. And then if we do chromatic, well, let's change it up a little bit. Okay, so that's how you take a sound and get the sound to play across a key group. So that was one of the things I wanted to do. Got that done. The other thing I wanted to do was a little bit more complicated. So I'm gonna see if I can do it. So I want to auto sample. So I'm gonna go to my MIDI track, which is here. I'm gonna go to pad perform. Actually, wait a second. MIDI 13.4. It's coming across really low, which is what it was doing before. Got that on MIDI. That's on MIDI. Let's pick a new track just to be safe. So we'll pick a new track. We'll make a new MIDI program. We'll come up with some programs. We'll put this on my Juno. We'll put this on my channel for Juno. Then we'll check and see where it is. Pads. That's pretty low chords. Oh, do I have to put it on sampler again? Oh, it's not on sample. Oh, it's on resample. I didn't switch it to resample. Something, oh, maybe when I put it on auto sample. Okay, so that's my Juno. Okay. So we'll take that sound, then we go to sampler, then we go to auto sample. Okay, so this is track 2 MIDI input, note range. I'm gonna keep it short, so I'm gonna go C2. We'll do C2 to C4. Notes on the stage, we'll bring it down to 2, so it's faster. 1 layer. Apparently, if you do the other layers, you can get some really nice melodic sounds. Note length 3000. I think that's 3 seconds in that. Oops, I don't want to be doing that. Sampler. That bites. Sample. Key group. Looping. I think I'll leave it on looping. Loop start. Loop in. Auto trim. Equal power. Make current program. Info. Do it. Okay, so now it might take a while to do it. I didn't check to see how long it would take, which may take longer than I want this video to take. But it's going through, playing the Juno, and auto sampling all the sounds. So in the meantime, while it's doing that, let me see. I think what I'll do is I'll let it finish auto sampling, and then on the tape, I'll just shrink this part down, or I'll cut this part out, because I don't want to make you guys wait. I had hoped to do a short piece so I can make sure it works. And also I wanted to test my streichfett, and I probably should plug in my key step around here so we can really check it, but I'll do that next time. So anyway, we'll give it a second, or at least I'll give it a second. You guys are gonna see the video cut. Hopefully this part where I'm talking, you won't see it all because it gets cut out. But at least you can see how to do the key group, and you can see how to do the auto sample. And you can take any sample, you just gotta select it. It looks like on the sample page to get it to play. And it sounds like it's going up in tones on the Juno. And I'll check it next time and see how to make it faster. That way, when I finish making this beat, it won't be forever and you guys won't have to wait. Plus I have some editing software, so maybe I could totally speed up this part of the video and do like I see a lot of people do and make it say like a few minutes later and then jump to straight to the end of the clip. So anyway, yeah, just trying to figure out how to take my streichfett and even maybe my MC707 and maybe even my System Aria or my TB3, and then auto sample them in so that my AKAI can bring in the cool sounds and the analog control sounds that I have on this gear. Because a lot of my gear, including my rolling gear, it's all modeled after the analog versions. So it's as close to the analog sound as you can get with the transistors. And that's why they call it the TR. It's like a transistor version of the analog sound. So the TB3 is the transistor version of the baseline. The TR is the transistor version of the 808. And then I also have the MC707, which is a different scenario. I think it uses the Zen core, which is like the newest processor. And I have the Juno, which I think the Juno is also modeled behind it. But anyway, I think the only one that's not is my Aria. I think my Aria is straight analog. So anyway, so supposedly it sampled it into a key group. I don't know if I even named it. Let's go through, put it on Keygroup, and in Midi O2 Autosample, Program O2 Autosample. So first let's do Program Autosample. All right, and then let's do the MIDI. Oh, it loops. That's trippy. All right, so before we go further, let's do a comparison. So that is the Midi Autosample. And then if I go to the actual MIDI, and we'll put it on the same one. That's the MIDI version. Then we'll come here. Oh, that sounds, maybe I'm not on the same one. What are we on? We're on 3-1-3-5 start note A. Oh, I probably should have set the notes, but anyway. That's the auto sample. And then this, oh, it's the same. Sounds pretty close. Let's go up a register. That's the actual sound of the instrument. And then the MIDI. Then here's the key group version of the same thing that I just auto sampled. Sounds pretty close. All right, so we'll try that one more time, and I'm gonna try to do it a little faster. So I'm gonna make a new track. I'm gonna make a new key group. I'm gonna go to my MIDI. I'm gonna make a new MIDI track. I'm gonna switch it to my streichfett, and I think my streichfett is channel 9. And then let's bring it up. Streichfett is there. Okay. And let's go to a lower register. And let's pick a chord progression. Okay, so that's my streichfett. It's a little low, so I'll turn it up a little bit. That's my streichfett. Okay, and now we're gonna go to my key group. We're gonna go to sample. We're gonna go key group sample. We're gonna auto trim on completion, make current program. All right, so this time we got it set there. We're gonna shorten it. So I'm gonna go C2 to C3, so it'll be shorter. Extend mini max notes, we'll leave that. Notes per stride, we'll leave that 2. Velocity values, we'll take off the extra velocity values. We'll shorten the note length. We'll just do like 1,500, so it'll be like half as long. And then this one we'll do 500. And then auto sample program 3, this time we'll call it fat strings, because that's the equipment we're sampling. Fat strings, do it. Enable forwards, equal power, loop start. Can I turn off loop? Loop off. I should do reverse, because that would be really cool. But I'm gonna do off for now, because I'm try to make it short. Oh, I was ready to go, but I hit the button, so I was going for it. At least it's going faster. All right, and then we'll compare the auto sample sound to the actual sound. and see if it sounds close enough. This is my streichfett, which is 128 poly. All right, so then let's switch to the real one. Here's the real one. All right, did I get off track again? Let's check pad perform. Looks like something gets lost in the translation. All right, so then we'll go to the key group first, come here, fat strings. So I'm on a low register. Why am I on a low register? Did I guess maybe I sampled it incorrectly. I don't know. Let's go to a high bank. It's doing the same thing it was doing before where I can't really hear anything. So key group. So let's go back to MIDI. Let's put this on that program. I wonder if something's getting stuck. Go back to normal, pad 1. It might be resetting the MIDI when it does that. All right, so I'm gonna try to put these things on a different track. Another track, another MIDI program. Bring this up to 9. Bring this up to fat strings. Okay, so that's that, that's that, that's that. Change the program. All right, so I'm gonna reset my streichfett just to see if the MIDI's getting lost. So I can put, oh, you know what? It changes this. Dude, nobody asked you to resample. It changes the input. All right. I still can't hear it, but I think it changed the input. Notes. Wow, maybe there's something there that has to be checked on. All right, so let's do plug-in. So I know the sound works. Come back to here. Streichfett channel 8. Channel 7, that's on. Enable MIDI. MIDI's working. So I wonder when you sample it if it changes something. Because it's not showing the MIDI going through to the streichfett. Let's see. Oh, channel 9. Okay, so there's the MIDI. Let's go back to the other program, which was 3. Okay, so that's the MIDI version. Then you come here, and this is supposedly the sampled version. And it doesn't sound like it. I don't think I did it this time, so maybe I made it too short. All right, so it's pretty tricky. Even this one's not playing. And I thought I had that one set up right. Let's see, program. So that one worked. So this thing's kind of tricky. I think I'm gonna try it one more time because I'm trying to figure this out and it's getting trickier by the minute. Okay, that's the streichfett. Then you go to sampler, then you go to key group, and then here on the key group, track 4, note range. I shortened the note range. I kept the stride the same. I took off the extra layers. I shortened it. Maybe I shortened it too much, so I couldn't capture it. I'm gonna let it call Midi Autosample so we can find it. I turn the looping off. Auto trim start, sure, make current sample, do it. Okay, so now it's trying to auto sample. So maybe I will cut the first one, maybe I won't cut the first one so you can see how long it takes. The first one was about a minute to sample. And I still want to make a beat. All right, so then I'm gonna make a new track. I'm gonna switch this to the plugin group. I'm gonna switch this to the new auto sample. Okay, it auto sampled it. So now let's go back down to 2. Okay, that's the auto sample, right? That's the auto sample. Then we'll make track 6, or actually we'll just go back 1, and this should be the real one. This one still sounds a little richer. Listen to this one. Then I'm gonna go here. It's not the same note, but it's pretty close. So let's see what it sounds like in a chord. Let's go to progressions. That's the auto sample version, auto sample. And then we'll go back a track, go to pad perform, go to progressions, and this should be the real one. Sounds pretty rich as the real version. And then the auto sample, pretty close. All right, so that's auto sample, and that's Keygroup. It's not much for my beat, but that's a lot for doing that. So I'm gonna clear this stuff out, and I still got the auto sample. At least I should still have the auto sample. Keygroup, auto sample 4, and auto sample 3. And now I'm gonna play the auto samples in my beat and drop a quick beat, and then we'll call it a day. If I can drop a quick beat, who knows after all of that video. And I don't know how long this video is gonna be, but this is what it's like when you got an MPC and you first time busting it on the film. And I need to find a good. Sometimes when you're doing this, it's better to do it on half level. It's a little more clear. And this, I think, is the Juno. And I think I'll keep the same instrument. So you can definitely tell. It's pretty low in register. Actually, let's try something. Let's pick one of my jazz ones like this one. Is this the auto sample? This is the auto sample. So if we go to the MIDI and we put it on MIDI Juno, or actually I'm not gonna have that sound saved because I deleted the MIDI. Because I wanted to show you what the original sounds like on that progression versus the auto sample, because it sounds like the auto sample's pretty low in register. Maybe I sampled it out of key. But anyway, this will be we're going to use it. This is using the auto sample. All right, cool. That's the auto sample of the Juno, I think. Juno A for auto sample. I don't know if I'll make a full beat. I'll just drop some beats and we'll do some mixes over it. We'll just lay something real quick and then we'll drop in the other auto sample. All right, and then we'll drop in the other auto sample, which was this one. We'll just play something. Actually, I think I gotta have the Juno off or else I won't be able to. All right, so that's that auto sample. That was the streichfett. We'll just call it streichfett. Streichfett A for auto sample. And then let's see what we got. All right, so let's just drop a couple more tracks and then we'll call it a day. We figured out auto sample, we figured out key groups. All right, let's drop in a fancy beat there. I wonder if I can, so you see the sound right here. That's my, can I see what it is? Future bass guess G. I'm going to take that future bass guess G. I'm going to go to key group. I'm going to go new key group. I'm going to go sample. I'm going to go program edit. I'm going to go, here's the key group. I'm going to load that sample, which was bass G or something like that. Bass G? What's it called? Future bass G. Future bass. This one? I think it was future bass this one. We'll just see if it was. Future bass. Program edit here. Future bass. Future bass G. We'll bring in that future bass G, this one. And we'll see if we can play it with the pad perform, main, pad perform, chromatic. Yep, I can play that bass through the chromatic key group. And I think it's supposed to be on continuous for here. All right, let's try to drop something using that. I don't know. Anyway, this beat ain't really a beat, but it's a good demo for me. Okay, so that's the bass with the key groups. And just to see how much different it sounds, we're going to go back to, we're going to go to next track. We're going to go back to that same bass. Take it off that, I think, and go back to that same bass. And put it on 16 levels and see if 16 levels sounds different. Oh, 16. Oh, wow. Did I change it? 16 levels. It didn't, I think it changed the pattern. Because 16 levels brought up the pad perform. Wow, I wonder if that sound has been changed to a key group sound, so it's not a regular 16 level sound anymore. 16 level, close. So that's it at 16 levels. So this is the 16 level bass, and the other one was the key group bass. All right, so we'll lay down a 16 level bass. We'll pause that and then come here, record. Oops, I need to be on 16 level bass. Oh, I muted the wrong one. I should have muted this guy. Take that one, put it on 16 level. Wow, it went to pad perform. That is really tricky. So let's do it again. That note, shift, 16 level. It brings up pad perform. I wonder if it's changed. Let's go back here, go back here. There's the bass. Brings up pad perform. Interesting. It didn't bring up pad perform the last time I did it. Let's take this sound. Let's check something. Take this sound. 16 level. Oh, it's bringing up pad perform. Wow. So I guess when you're switching between key groups, you got to be careful. Maybe use different sounds. I'll switch to a different sound. This one. See if I can get to 16 level. Now it's bringing up pad perform. Tricky stuff, y'all. Oh, okay, I'm gonna work with what I got. Did I record over my other bass? Let's see if this is the other bass. Turn that bass off. Turn this bass on. Okay, I think that's the Keygroup one. And that's the regular one. All right, so this video is all over the place, but that's how it goes when you learn how to do stuff live. Let's add some more sounds. Not much for a beat, but I really want to just demo the other stuff, to be honest with you. And let's just play some sounds. Well, anyway, I gotta clean this up. I gotta figure out what I'm doing. That's how it goes. See you next time. SharpMC.